Well, hello there. Hello there and welcome. It's your buddy, Admiral Teag, and I'm here to talk to you about something other than the misadventures of a bald, cowardly space robot this time. I've got a movie I can actually say I can recommend as fun for the whole family. With a runtime of just about 2 hours and 20 minutes, 80 for Brady packs something of a powerhouse cast.
Lily Tomlin, Wayne State University.
Rita Moreno, PS 132.
Sally Field, Birmingham High School.
Jane Fonda, college dropout.
So that's your cast, and they're not football players. They know what they're doing, and they're really, really good at acting by now. They've had enough practice, right? So they didn't need to take a few pounds of air out of their performance, so to speak, to get to this level. 80 for Brady is a movie that actually starts out pretty strong and engaged me within 4 or 5 minutes. It sort of flew by. The plot is much the same as that of Detroit Rock City. These old ladies are out on a road trip, and this movie gives equal time to each character, be it Lily Tomlin, who's struggling with an undisclosed but possibly fatal medical problem that she's keeping to herself, whether it be Jane Fonda, who might not be able to be happy without having someone else in her life. Rita Moreno, who's 91 and you'd never know it, kind of steals this movie as an older lady whose husband's died and is just lonely. And Sally Field plays a statistics professor who took a sabbatical from work and never went back because now she basically does her indecisive beta husband's job for him. He's also a professor, but she's sort of lost and caught up and has nothing for herself. All of them watch football the way I watch football. From their lucky chairs, in their lucky jersey, rooting on their favorite team. And even though Tom Brady is everyone you hated in high school rolled up into one, this movie still managed to charm me. Perhaps the high point is the Super Bowl party where they all take gummies and get pretty high. And Guy Fieri or Guy Fieri or whatever his name is pretty funny in this as himself, although I think that he probably wasn't right for the part. He still manages to pull it off. He's relatively performative in a good sport. There's a CGI scene during the trip where he's sort of the center of it, and he's kind of the hero of the story as being a sort of chivalrous guy, but I actually didn't mind Guy Fieri as much as I did when I see the historical documents about his shows where he makes food. Sally Field wins a chicken wing eating contest in this movie in hysterical fashion and sort of kicks the second half of the plot into motion. These ladies have to get into the game without tickets. When they reattain their tickets from a rather chivalrous Fieri, they're managed to get into the game and find out that their tickets are fake anyway, and they have another obstacle to overcome. Friendship, loyalty, and sacrifice hold together this movie that will keep you from having to engage in one of the most painful things I can ever imagine. Conversation with certain family members on a holiday like we have coming up tomorrow. It's your buddy, Admiral Teag, and I'll be back here following a certain cowardly bald space robot soon enough. But until then, it's my pleasure to recommend for you 80 for Brady. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes or so well spent enjoying a movie that basically is described as a mashup of Detroit Rock City, Golden Girls, and Sex in the City, with a little bit of Cheech and Chong thrown in for fun, because hey, even 80-year-olds have gotten high by now. Have a happy holiday and a great time. And if you celebrate Easter, happy Easter from me, your buddy, Admiral Teag. And do me a favor, hit those like and follow buttons.